गुड इवनिंग सर।
गुड इवनिंग मैम। अपना वीडियो भी ऑन कर लीजिए, रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है क्योंकि पिछले हफ्ते मेरे पास एक क्वेरी आ गई थी।
मैम सर, आई स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम मोबाइल, देयर इज इशू ऑफ वीडियो।
ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं होता है।
ओके, आई विल चेक माय सेटिंग।
नो प्रॉब्लम। तो आपके यहाँ फंक्शन है?
यस सर,
आप
फंक्शन है हमारे
विच
इधर इसरो के सर
हाँ
आए।
हाँ, यू आर फ्रॉम
हाँ
सेम से लोक सेवा नो?
हाँ, नो, फिनिक्स वर्ल्ड स्कूल सर।
फिनिक्स आपके यहाँ भी है, लोक सेवा पुणे में भी है, वहां पे भी फंक्शन है।
यस सर,
जो
यस।
हमारे टेक्निकल डायरेक्टर हैं, शी इज मिसेस
हाँ,
वेदिता
मटकीकर
मर्के।
मैम नहीं, हाँ मटकीकर मैम, शी इज
जी हाँ।
अरेंजिंग दिस फंक्शन ना।
अच्छा, यू ऑल्सो आर देयर, यू आर ऑल्सो फ्रॉम पुणे?
हाँ, फिनिक्स वर्ल्ड स्कूल, सेम स्कूल सर।
नहीं है तो सेम, हाँ सेम स्कूल।
यस सर।
उर्वी दवे जी आ गई हैं, देखिए। चलिए, दिस इज ग्रेट। रिकॉर्डिंग में इसीलिए कर रहा हूँ मैम कि लास्ट वीक देयर वाज एन इंक्वायरी फ्रॉम सीबीएसई। एजुकेशन ऑफिसर आ गए थे देहरादून से।
Okay, sir. I will check my setting. If there
हाँ
is video connection.
हाँ, if there is video connection then join just for 30 seconds, you put on and then you
Yes,
can,
sir. Yes.
you,
Yes, sir.
you know what to do else.
Yes, sir.
उर्वी जी गुड इवनिंग। मेघा जी गुड इवनिंग, नमस्कार।
Evening, sir. Happy New Year, sir.
हैप्पी न्यू ईयर टू यू मैम। आप तो
Sir,
बिल्कुल
how
है।
are you?
बस अब देखिए ना, मैं तो गर्मी में बैठ गया।
Yes, sir.
मैम द थिंग इज दैट कि दिल्ली में तो टेम्परेचर इट इज 7 डिग्री।
Sir, I am Dipali and she is Mega.
यू आर फ्रॉम
Sir, we both are from Phoenix World School, sir.
फिनिक्स वर्ल्ड स्कूल। देयर वाज वन मोर कैंडिडेट फ्रॉम फिनिक्स, अभी तो मेरे को लिखना शुरू करना पड़ेगा। दशरथ कुमार जी, पुरोहित जी, he has also entered. That's great that we are going to have a good number of candidates today. And Tariq Bhatt ji also is there now, Dr. Tariq Bhatt. That is great. डॉक्टर साहब गुड इवनिंग। मुझे पता चले उर्वी दवे जी कहाँ से हैं?
Good evening, sir.
गुड इवनिंग सर, हाउ आर यू? देखिए
Fine, sir.
गुड इवनिंग सर।
सर, तारिक भट्ट साहब कहाँ से हैं आप? मतलब विच प्लेस डू यू बिलोंग? उर्वी दवे जी गुड इवनिंग।
यस
कहाँ
सर, गुड इवनिंग सर।
कहाँ से हैं मैम?
सर आई एम फ्रॉम गांधीनगर, गुजरात।
Oh, that's great. Some from Pune, some from Gandhinagar. Shweta Vishwakarma ji is also there, because the thing is that why there is a good number of candidates today. In this webinar, I have got 154 candidates. लेकिन मेरी कैपेसिटी 100 की है, so probably this will continue for tomorrow also. कल second batch. Because this is for the first time I am doing the workshop में तो किया, but the thing is that in the webinar for the first time I am doing in last 3 years after COVID. Really sorry. डॉक्टर साहब किधर से है? डॉक्टर तारिक भट्ट। देयर आर ओनली 3 डॉक्टर्स इन आवर लिस्ट।
Yeah, yeah. I am from actually from Jammu Kashmir, but right now I'm in Delhi.
You are teaching in Delhi?
No, these days I'm in Delhi.
अच्छा, just only on vacation and
I'm
all
not
that.
teaching in Delhi. Yes, yes, yes.
Otherwise you are principal or vice principal or something?
I run my school.
Oh, that's your great. That is your own school.
Yeah, my own.
That's great, great. सीमा छंगानी जी अभी she is paid at 5 past 6 and just only she has joined also. May I request everybody, whosoever, there are 12 out of 105. 100 you can see. Out of 100, I am also there. So leaving me and my technical director. So these two will be out. So rest everybody is there. 98 are there, and let us see how many join. Because this is 6:31, but within next 4 minutes I'll start. And recording is already going on. So may I request everybody, whosoever joins, this announcement I will be keeping on announcing, notifying midway also, beach mein, that in the chat box you just write P, because most of you people might not be able to open up your video. जिसने video on कर लिया है, that is great. नहीं कर पाएंगे, even then also just write P in the chat box so that I can show to the people from CBSE when they come for inspection, although next will be after 2-3 months, but still they may, and they may ask कि inspection के immediately बाद आपने एक webinar किया था about discipline, उसका attendance दिखाइए. So what I do is I keep this attendance sheet with me. Can you see everybody? You see over here, this is the reverse side. 105 candidates are there. तो मैं उनको chat box का P दिखा देता हूँ. And from there only they will be coming to know that, oh, so many were present and some of them were not able to run their videos due to technical problems or something like that. So these P will be more than sufficient for them to be satisfied that yes, there were people around and these people were present over there in the webinar and all. Nidhi Jain is also there. Nidhi Jain ji, good evening. अदरवाइज देखिए, जैसे तारिक जी ने लगा रखा है ना अपना ये फोटोग्राफ, ओरिजिनल फोटोग्राफ, यही फोटोग्राफ आप भी अपने वीडियो ऑन ना करेंगे तो यही आएगा. जैसे मैं अपना वीडियो ऑफ कर दूंगा तो मेरे वाले में आएगा VES, विनोरा एजुकेशनल सर्विसेज. वी आर अ रजिस्टर्ड कंपनी सोसाइटी and we are running for last 16-17 years. पहले वर्कशॉप करते थे, लेकिन after this what you call COVID and all, these things came into the minds of the people that yes, we should not go for the workshop because it is a costly affair. So they started joining through webinar, which becomes, of course, per candidate, if you see, it goes to 5,000, 6,000, something like that for a year, for 25 webinars out of school and 25 in school. In school means either CBSE or the local trainers. So 6:34 it is, and 6:35 I will start. I'll start sharing. This recording is already there. Dashrath ji, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Where from you are, sir? Which
I am from
place?
Siroi. I am from Siroi, sir.
Sirohi, Rajasthan.
हाँ, Abu Road, Siroi.
Abu Road, okay. Abu Road में तो मैं गया था एक बार एक स्कूल में. I don't remember that.
Royal Rajasthan Public School.
Royal Rajasthan. Yes, you are right.
Yes, sir.
You
I
are
am
from
also from there only.
you are from the same school.
Yes, sir.
सर आपका नंबर मेरे पास क्यों नहीं है? मैं तो गया था 2 साल पहले. ज्योतिनाथ जी वहाँ पे प्रिंसिपल थे.
Because
But
I
now,
joined this year only.
just give me a second. Mrs. Deepthi Kaushik is there. Hello. Hello. हाँ जी देशप्रीत जी. Good evening, ma'am. I'm just sending it just now. Yeah. You see, the people who have joined after 4, they are not getting the link. So that is important for them to get the link. So you might have seen my bio that it is, I started from Assam Rifles and then moved on and on. At the age of 54, I left all the job affairs and then jumped into training. Of course, initially for first 6 months, I could not get a single workshop. And my parents were also a little bit amused, angry also, and anguished also, my relatives also. क्या कर डाला क्या कर डाला मैं जो किया है ठीक किया है because I never regret on what I do. Today I am supporting 4 lives, 4 people who are from the IITIs. IIT are doing their bachelors, and they are working for me, preparing PPTs, recording, then converting, then mailing, and everything. All right, these are 17, 18 people, and Renu Srivastav ji is also there. Let them come midway. I'll be just giving them. You have disabled the waiting room, yeah, so they can enter immediately. I'll start sharing the screen. If you can see me, my screen, just one of you can unmute yourself and let me know whether you are able to see my screen or not, because that is very much important. This session will be not more than 45 to 50 minutes. Yeah, now everybody can see. That's good. Yeah, I am also on the right hand side of the screen. So let us start now. You see, ladies and gentlemen, basically, first we must know what exactly is the discipline before we jump into what exactly is required. In this webinar, you will be learning a lot of things. Why yelling is, yes, now it is there. The participant can see your application. Can you see my screen? PowerPoint. That's great. That's great. All right. So you see the practice of the training people to obey rules. There are two definitions of discipline. The first one is when we say the army people, they are disciplined. Like Dr. Tariq Bhatt, he is the chairman or owner of a school. So he has to be disciplined. And discipline means the first rule of discipline is to be a punctual. That is number one. Discipline means proper uniform or dress, clean, properly pressed, polished shoes, well done hair and haircut, and number of other things. So, or generally to train people to obey the code of behavior. When we say we discipline a child, which means we give them a set of rules. मैं आपको एक rule book, I may send you the rule book. All right. So then we will say, my God, where it is. Yeah. So I will be just sending you that, may send you. And another discipline is a branch of knowledge. Which discipline you are from? Engineering. I am from medical. He is from chartered accountancy, and so on and so forth. So basically, we are doing two things. Number one is giving them a code of conduct to obey. And number two is punishing also to correct the disobedience, which means if you don't follow the rules, you might be punished also. So the quality of being able to behave and work in a controlled way, which involves obeying particular rules or something like that. Those who have come a little bit late, may I request, please to mark P in the chat box. Next is, you see, there are three types of behaviors. There are three types of behaviors. Three types of behaviors. Number one is green light behavior, that is good behavior, which we must appreciate from time to time. Not only that, we punish, and punishment is totally out of, you see, in our times, punishment means hitting, corporal punishment. But for last 4-5 years, maybe a little bit more, they have stopped. They have stopped this thing, corporal punishment. It is totally banned now. So the second one is yellow light behavior, which is annoying behavior. Your own child keeps on repeating the same thing despite you telling him to stop it. लेकिन अब यू अगर कॉर्पोरल पनिशमेंट नहीं देंगे आइदर नीदर वी अच्छा बेगिंग इज टोटली आउट ऑफ वे इसके बारे में मैं ज्यादा डिस्कस भी नहीं करूंगा बिकॉज द थिंग इज दैट कि बेगिंग मींस बेटा प्लीज डू इट बेटा प्लीज डू इट बेटा प्लीज दिस डजंट वर्क एट ऑल तो मैं आई विल बी जस्ट green light and red light behavior. The second one, yellow light behavior, is annoying behavior. And the third one is red light behavior, which is unacceptable under all the circumstances and need to be stopped at any cost. अब red light behavior भी जो है, it is three buckets. Number one is dangerous. Dangerous means it may be dangerous to the life. Dangerous to the life of the performer as well as on whom it is performed or done, like putting your fingers in a plug socket, so that is dangerous. Playing with a sharp object, playing with a knife, grabbing hot coffee, touching hot iron, so that may put the life of the child or someone else's in danger. I will discuss each and everything in detail. Second one is aggression, hitting, spitting, kicking, biting. And this behavior, aggression, starts as early as the child is 8 months. You might have also seen a child of 8 months can also do this thing. And the third one is breaking key family rules. अब family rules में तो हमारा first rule or rule book, what it says is be organized. Whatever you do, it has to be done properly at the right place. A child comes back from the school, where you have to keep your shoes at the door. I have been to Kulgaon, and in that place, I was rather a guest in the place of principal. What I observed at a number of places is that they used to keep their shoes, whichever they go to wearing, they go to the job. They put them off immediately outside the door. Get another sleepers that they used to use in homes, and then they used to wash their face, wash their hands and feet, and then they enter. So breaking the key family rules is very much out. अब इसको हमने कैसे सुधारना है? You see, that is the big question. And the big question is that indiscipline is in the simplest form. It can start as soon as your baby is 8 months old. And may start if it is not stopped. You see, मैंने yelling भी out कर दिया, hitting भी out कर दिया, spanking जिसको हम बोलते हैं, ये भी out कर दिया. Then how do we discipline the child? अब 8 महीने का बच्चा क्या करेगा? What he will start with? Biting your arm, pulling your mobile, pulling your glasses, doing everything. And whenever you say no, so he will start laughing. And the problem is, it starts from here, that we also start laughing with the child. So he takes it for granted that this is an acceptable behavior because mama is laughing with me. You have to see your Facial features also the same way. Now the thing is, we start with my happiest baby behavior से शुरू करते हैं, and we will go to age appropriate discipline. बहुत सारे हैं उसमें, but all of them, most of them, they are like, but their intensity increases. My happiest toddler philosophy of discipline is totally different from what the people say, the experts say, even the psychologists also say. I don't agree with them. अभी भी, आजकल भी, till last few months, there were aggressive corporal punishments in the teachers itself. Somebody throwing duster, somebody throwing chalk. I tell you one thing, ki if you say a single word idiot to a child, this may also come to account for corporal punishment. अब आपने ये भी नहीं करना, वो भी नहीं करना, तो करना क्या है? I will give you the first philosophy. That is, you should stop immediately what the limit is reasonable. You decide about that. Setting boundaries. And setting boundaries means, जैसे आप height पे चढ़ते हैं, there are guard rails on both the side, which means which may save you from falling either right or left. Such guardrails we have to put on the path of life of the child, right from when we start observing these type of indiscipline, and it may continue till they become young. Although it may not continue, because by the time they are teenage or adolescent or even young, by that time they will have absorbed all the consequences what you have designed for them, and then you will see. But these limits must be reasonable. So if you set these rules, number one, and then you have to give them the consequences from time to time. How you have to do, I will tell you, not as a disciplinarian, but as a child ambassador. How do they act? How do the children, how do the ambassadors act? तानिया देख लिया करो यार. So what exactly they do? The first is consistent. यार देख लिया करो किसका है किसका नहीं है, किसी जान पहचान वाले का हो तो देख लो, नहीं तो. First is consistency, and first you give the consequences, and if you set the consequences, then certainly the next thing you have to do is follow up. Unreasonable नहीं होना चाहिए, reasonable होना चाहिए. For example, you tell a toddler कि if you are breaking your toys will be put off for rest of the day or 1 hour or 2 hours. Follow it up exactly the same words. तुम कर रहा है यार, उसको लिंक दे दे. The second thing is follow up. If you don't follow them up, then certainly it will be problem. Reasonable होना चाहिए, and then you have to follow them up. पता नहीं चार्जिंग हो रहा है कि नहीं. 70 है, देखना आने के बाद थोड़ी देर. अब एम्बेसडर्स क्या करते हैं? What they do? The ambassadors do a few things which I will tell you a little bit later. अब देखिए, discipline you don't confuse with this thing. Discipline with yelling or spanking, ये नहीं चलेगा. What you have to do is that कि you have to change the structure of the child's brain, and that is why yelling and spanking both are out of my dictionary. So when your toddler makes you angry, what should you do? You should learn being toddleries. Act as they do, as they deserve. Hitting them, what it will teach? That it is okay to hit or spank or yell, because elders can yell or spank me. So through violence, it is okay. They start practicing this particular practice or this action with their younger brother or sister. And at that time, we will not be able to stop them. So instead of slapping, start clap. जब आपको गुस्सा आता है, I will tell you how to control your anger also. सब इसमें वेबिनार में मिलेगा. It may go up to 7:20-25. थोड़ा सा explain करने में. So it is not at all acceptable and not at all okay to vent your anger through violence. Then what should you do? What should you do? The thing is कि ambassadors कैसे act करते हैं? Ambassador do have 3 skills. First is communicate with respect. Beta, this is not the way. Come here. And then to avoid ruining these relationships, you have to respect them. Communicate with them with respect. Come here. Not in an angry tone. Come here. There are certain consequences which you may implicate on them, and certain these consequences which are natural. मैं इसके बारे में सब डिटेल्स में दूंगा, so you need not worry. Number 2 is toddlerese language. Their native language is toddlerese, which means simple words, short phrases, which they can understand. एक 2 साल के बच्चे को अगर आप बोल दें, you are not expected to do this thing anymore, such a long sentence, he will not be able to understand. So you have to just only use don't, no, no, this is bad, this is good. अगर good है, तो you must accept also. And then you must respect also. And then you must reward also. उसको बच्चे को reward भी करना है. And reward में, thank you beta, you have kept your shoes in the right place. But these sentences will be for the elder ones, like the school going, even preschoolers also, they know. And third one is don't be pushover. Don't be pushover means कि if in a serious conflict, जैसे इजराइल और अभी किसका हुआ था झगड़ा मेरे को पता नहीं है, रशिया का, 2 एम्बेसडर्स मिलते रहे. They kept on. One ambassador just put his foot down. Negotiations में भी आप देखिए मोदी जी हमारा क्या बढ़िया काम करते. When he says no, it means no. In a serious conflict, you have to put your feet down. No compromise on your decisions. Once you decide, you can't go back. Because if you withdraw from your action, if you withdraw from your consequence, then the child will take it for granted. Or a mama can go, I will beg her. So instead of you, he will start begging. Next one is, as a parent, there are certain rules. There are certain things which you have to learn, but they take time. They take time. And what time they take? Nearly a month, 2 months, maybe 6 months for the serious consequence. But it happens. So the thing is, number 1 is, first, it takes time. So you have to have patience. First thing is healthy discipline strategies, positive discipline strategies. They are effective. Which are effective? And what type of healthy strategies you can First is show and tell. You see, you can't tell them, beta, speaking or doing violence is bad. Whereas you start fighting with your neighbor over the fact that he has thrown some garbage. So if you start fighting, your child will see, and certainly it will be difficult for you, because they will never go for the sermonizing. They will not listen to what you say. They will see what behavior you model, and they will follow that. The next one is set limits. Setting limit means clear and consistent. If you break your toy, it will be put off for 1 hour, and keep that for 1 hour. So age appropriate terms, मैं आपको बताऊंगा age appropriate discipline भी कैसे maintain करना है. Tell them consequences calmly but firmly. Now, naturally, you will not get, if you throw your cookies on the floor, so you throw your food on the floor, you will not get your meal for next 1 hour. अभी आपको भूख नहीं है, you don't throw. You just keep it, and keep it for another half an hour, 1 hour, till you feel hungry. Calmly and firmly, but follow them. Don't give them the instruction immediately or after few minutes. But don't take away what, just like meals. कि अभी अगर तुमने खाना फेंका, if you throw your meals, it will not be given to you whole day. That is bad, because they really need the meals. So you can tell them कि whenever you feel like hungry, you can take your plate out of kept on the dining table or refrigerator, take it, eat it. So that is the right way of doing the things. Next way is hear them out. When they say कि मम्मा मेरे को भूख नहीं लग रही है, what to do, what you will do, hear them out. अब आप एकदम से चिल्ला के पढ़ेंगे, start yelling why you are not feeling hungry, that will not solve the problem. Let him finish his story or her story. What exactly is happening to him? Mama, I am having stomachache. Oh, so you have to show that you are worried about that also. So you have to take care. So hear their story. Give them your attention to reinforce good behavior and discourage bad behavior or which is not required. Discourage that. And whenever they do good, you must appreciate. Catch them being good. That is the key to the success of your consequences. Catch them being good. Whenever they do good, appreciate them. Oh, you did a good job putting that toy away. That is great. Okay. In the evening, you will be having 30 minutes more to play with your toys. That is a sort of reward. Next one is hear them out. मैंने बोला था आपको, अभी हो गया था. Know them when not to respond. अब respond हर हालत में आपको response नहीं देनी है. You must know ignoring behavior, bad behavior can also be effective to some extent out of natural consequences. अभी मैंने बोला, आपको बताया, throwing your food, as a natural consequences, there will be no food for you to eat after when you feel hungry. You may not be able to have your toys if you break all the toys. You will not be having toys to pay. But in all the conditions, you must have a pre-planning. So it is better to have a pre-plan. और pre-planning कैसे कर सकती है कि when you can see that this type of behavior comes in the nature of my child, this can happen again, or similar type of behavior. So certainly you must be prepared for them, and how you want them to behave, be prepared to tell them also. Redirect bad behavior. Abhi jab, whenever they do something wrong, you must try to understand why they are doing this way. Either number one is they don't have any uh, anything creative or anything interesting to do, and that is why they are getting bored. Man nahi lag raha. Don't put on television at that time. Don't give them mobile at that time. Try to talk to them. चलो आओ बात करेंगे थोड़ी देर. I have seen 99% of the families, they are ruined because the parents are not able to give them proper time, proper listening. The first one, then redirect that behavior towards something good, something better, something that is engaging. And under all circumstances, if this doesn't work, then you can go for the timeout. Timeout means when the specific rule is broken, then give them a timeout. 1 year, 1 minute of per year of age. If a child is say 10 years in class 5, the timeout will be 10 minutes. And 10 minutes timeout means what? You will not be called. You will not pay any attention. They will not be given any alternative also. They have to टाइम आउट जोन बना दीजिए अपने घर में. स्टडी रूम होगा वो दे दीजिए. स्टडी टेबल है वो दे दीजिए. During time out, what they have to do, tell them. You have to do your homework. You can create something new. You can go for painting if you don't have homework, or drawing something. But don't give them any alternate. कि टाइम आउट के टाइम में ये नहीं होगा तो ये कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट थिंग इज सेव योर वॉइस. मैंने बताया था अभी आपको येलिंग. येलिंग के बारे में मैंने आपको बताया what I have to stop. Save your voice for better things like actual teaching. Don't shout. Save your energy as well as your voice for better things. So how is it that some teachers seem to be able to manage their classroom, and sometimes they go, most of the time they go without raising their voice? So is there some magic? There is no magic at all. The only thing is that after 3 years, means as a webinar, I am doing this exercise for the first time in 3 years. And there was lot of heavy demand out of it. And that is why I am doing it. Generally in workshop, it takes 2 hours. So, क्योंकि मेरे बच्चे को उसके ऊपर चिल्लाने वाले बहुत लोग मिले हैं. As a teacher, you must not yell. You must not yell. You must stop. Now, teacher tested tips that really work. I'm now going to give you. See, call and respond. Try a classic call and response or clap back. जैसे मैंने पहले बोला, don't slap, but start clapping. And this clap will certainly give them attention. You see, all of you started looking at me because I am clapping rather than I'm shouting. Urviji, you are not looking at me. You are not looking at camera. I start yelling. So certainly for few minutes, you might. But after that, again, the child will start same behavior. Because he is trying to see whether there is some impression on my friends on my peer group. They are smiling or not. And that will certainly give him a boost up. If his friends are smiling, then certainly, oh, iska matlab this is a good action. He will keep on doing the same thing, repeating the same. You can go for classic call and response. You give them a slogan. There is a fire, run, run, run. So run, run, run. 1, 2, 3 or 5 students who are serious in your class, they will say. You will give them in a little bit higher pitch. There is a fire. And those 4, 5 students will say, run, run, run. Run, run, run. They will shout. So whole class will listen to this and they come back to you. And the smaller kids, they may not say run, run, run. So what they will say, like in class 3, if you can hear me, touch your nose, touch your nose, touch your nose. 3, 4, 5 times you have to repeat. And after few, all students will join. If you can hear me, hold your ears. 1, 2, 3, 5 will be doing this. After few minutes, all of them. But in your class only it will happen. And people, your colleagues will say, अरे उर्वी मैम तो मैजिक मैजिशियन, उनको चिल्लाते नहीं देखा, उनकी क्लास में हमेशा शांति रहती है. रेनू मैडम, she is always very cool. So this effect will certainly creep in your classroom teaching. I promise everybody. If you go for these, next is clap back. Clap different patterns. Can you hear this? First is this. Another one is differently, different patterns. So when the patterns are different, they will cool down. और ये थोड़ा सा महंगा मामला है, एक वायरलेस डोरबेल ले लीजिए. यह डोरबेल नहीं होती है, एक प्रिंसिपल के डेस्क पे आपने देखा होगा एक मेटेलिक बेल होती है, which you rotate from the top and she keeps turn and the PN rushes in. In different patterns, you can ring that bell when there is some disturbance or more disturbance through which you could not teach. Once turn, so 4, 5 will start attending to you and slowly whole class. So teacher who never yells, they have the only kids comment. The bell really works. क्योंकि आप भी क्लैपिंग कब तक करेंगे या एक्शन वो कब तक करेंगे. इवन आपको अगर क्लैप भी करना होगा तो थोड़ी देर बाद आपके हाथ लाल हो जाएंगे. सो इट इज बेटर यू स्टार्ट. द नेक्स्ट आइटम इज नेक्स्ट स्टार्ट विस्परिंग. लोअर योर वॉइस. थोड़ा सा तो ये भी हो सकता है. हैंड सिग्नल, टाइम आउट, बास्केटबॉल, हॉकी, फुटबॉल, this is time out. You know that this is the shape of T. Or whole arm. You can do anyway. Just you have to communicate. This is time out, but for kids, this is stop talking. To communicate other commands also. Other commands like 2, 3, 5 students come to you in the 4th period at the end. How many of you people have smelled onion towards the end of your 4th period when the recess comes? A few backbenchers open their tiffin under the desk and start. And as a teacher, you are smelly. You come to know. You don't have to shout. You don't have to ask. At that particular time, you have to move towards the back benches. What are you doing? What is in your mouth? But again, I am telling you, cool, low voice, nothing more than that. So this is the one. The next one is countdown. It is also one of the good exercises. From 10 backwards, from one activity to another, give them some time. Don't expect immediately to tell them to move on. No, they will take time. But anyone not in their seat and ready does have a consequence. यहाँ सारे जितने भी exercise बताए हैं, they are just to give them a signal that this is the time for activity or studies. So this is number one, that there are different signals. Secondary signal is, जैसे मैंने अभी बताया आपको टिफिन के टाइम में, move towards that particular group who is murmuring, whispering to each other, talking, disturbing whole class. It takes some time for them to settle down, but it takes, so give them time. But the thing is that after 20-30 seconds, you will see this comes into action. You give them a timer. Once one bell, and everybody hear that and be in his seat for the next activity. Now, reward the quiet ones. ये कभी मत भूलिएगा. This is very important. Reward the quieter ones. Say thank you for being patient. Thank you for being quiet. Thank you for being the first one to ready to listen and so on. जो 2 4 5 आपके शुरू वाले हैं. Bring in a toffee. एक कैडबरी आती है आपकी ₹1 की. एक पैकेट भी अगर आप पर्स में रख देंगे, 20 10 25 भी रख देंगे, so it will continue for whole week. जब आप देखते हैं पूरी क्लास को 40 students, one is quiet and obeys the rules. It is not only consequences, it is the reward also which works. Next one is, ये मैंने आपको बता दिया था, you might be seeing this one. You might be seeing this one. We were told quite, कभी कभी चिल्लाना नहीं होता है, good habit. What? आप करेंगे तो 2 4 5 जो बच्चे हैं, they will start also, and the voice will be, the pitch will be a little bit high, and those who are disturbing elements, they also start doing the same thing. Right? Got everybody? So kids to kids or peer pressure also takes over to do the right things. So get quieter. Quiet class. Just only once you have to say, quiet class. And then you will see that this will happen for a whole class. Next one is spanking. अब spanking क्या है? Basically, it is each and every action which is mentioned here. Whooping, slapping, grabbing, popping, smacking, showing your bad failure features, aankhein dikhana. This is also spanking. They all are the different forms of corporal punishment, which is strictly banned by Supreme Court of India also. देखिए मैं एक बात बताऊं आपको, कोविड के टाइम में भी you might have observed, and beyond that, before that and after that also, we the teachers community are that community towards which everybody is thankless. Neither the community, neither the students, neither the parents, neither the management, neither the principal, nobody says thanks to us. Even staff also, never. हाँ, गलत काम के लिए आपको immediately they will, Renu ma'am, this is not acceptable. कभी कभी तो बात वहां तक पहुंच जाती है कि जब टीचर को मेमो दे देते हैं. जरा कोविड का टाइम देखिए आप, मोदी जी के को बारे के से मेरा एक थोड़ा सा क्लैश है. उन्होंने हर एक को अप्रिशिएट किया, बट नॉट अ सिंगल वर्ड ऑफ एप्रिसिएशन टू टीचर्स. जिनको टोल नाका पे भी वो ड्यूटी लगी, वाइन शॉप में भी ड्यूटी लगी, इलेक्शंस में भी ड्यूटी लगती है, सर्वे में भी ड्यूटी लगती है. Wherever you see, because we have got 6 hours of duty. They don't realize we are working 18 hours. 18 नहीं तो 16 hours तो है. 6 hours you are working, 2 hours for your daily chorus, 2 hours for traveling to and fro from your school to your residence, 4 hours preparing for the different 5 classes, 5 hours next day. You take 5 hours for preparing, but they don't realize. फ्री है जी, 6 घंटे की ड्यूटी है, बाकी लगाओ सारे काम में. मेरे को नौकरी छोड़ने का एज ए प्रिंसिपल आफ्टर 18 years, I left my job at the age of 54 years. I was national head training and administration in बचपन group of school. आप सब जगह पे बचपन group of schools है, more than 1000. I left that due to this particular thing कि everybody is thankless. At least management तो कह दे thanks, कह दे thank you शर्मा जी, you are moving out of your residence 25 days a month. घर पे मेरे को रहना होता है 5 दिन 6 दिन, तो फिर पैकिंग शुरू. बट दे नेवर. 2,20,000 का पैकेज था, छोड़ दिया. घर वालों ने खूब फाइटिंग करी, रिश्तेदारों ने फिर फाइटिंग करी. Now the parents are not alive, they are having residence in heaven. Not a single relative talks to me, and hardly makes a difference because I am not alive for you people. I am alive for my fraternity, my community, that is teachers, for training them, to give them a better teaching life, to give them the boost up in their career. Through these trainings only you will be learning and you will be moving up. So they generally give physical force so that they experience pain, but not injury. So, but still, I tell you, it is still illegal, still not acceptable. This, I'm telling you in very short, what are the bad effects? Physical harm हो सकता है. With those students or kids, they have lower IQ. They are fearful of their parents and they behave in a proper way just out of fear, but not out of learning new things. And sometimes बच्चे को पिटना अच्छा लगता है, स्पैंकिंग अच्छी लगती है. They take it as a reward. They take it as a reward. सिंघम देखी थी, मारो मारो और मारो और मारो, मारो मारो, अच्छा लगता है मारो. This attitude is dangerous for the child in later ages. तो ये bad effects हो सकते हैं. Now the thing is कि give them what to do to avoid this behavior, spanking. First is give them choice. Give the control back to the child. Of course, on your terms, which are really good. So have the children those choices. अब 2 बजे बच्चा घूम के आया, फिर के आया, आप कहते हैं, बच्चा कहता है कि नो आई विल डू माय होमवर्क. नो, दिस इज बैड बेटा, टेक सम रेस्ट. ओके, आउट ऑफ not for 1 hour, you have rest for half an hour. Come, we will go to bed and only rest, not sleep. We will have rest. Give them choice. But it is very perfect to say, okay, I am too upset to deal with you right now. We will talk about this thing later. अब ये later वाला part, you should not forget. Take him to the dining table. Dinner पे आप बात करिए उससे, बेटा उस समय आप वो बात कर रहे थे. नाउ लेट अस टॉक. अगर आप रेस्ट नहीं करोगे, थके हुए आए हो स्कूल से, हाउ विल यू कंसंट्रेट ऑन योर होमवर्क? यू मे गो फॉर सम मिस्टेक्स and that will not be acceptable to your teacher. Then you may get less marks. So then that means it is good to take rest. And sometimes when still he is insisting, you just leave it. You take a break. You take a timeout. You go for the back counting. You go to involve somebody else to reduce the likelihood of striking your child. मैंने क्लैप वाला तो बताया था. आपने एक पिक्चर देखी होगी, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द नेम, ये नाना पाटेकर, वो कहते हैं कंट्रोल कंट्रोल कंट्रोल. आई डोंट रिमेम्बर दैट नेम ऑफ द मूवी. Try keep telling yourself control, Urvi control, Renu control, Dr. Sharma control. These type of few words you can design for yourself. Control. The best thing over here is, अगर काउंटिंग भी नहीं हो सकती, आप शुरुआत करेंगे कोई, बस फिर उसके बाद आपको याद आ गया नो येलिंग. Then you go for what? Deep breathing. Hold. Then leave. ये ब्रीदिंग का भी एक साइंटिफिक पर्पस है. बोले उर्वी तो अभी से शुरू हो गई, गुस्सा आ गया क्या? जब भी आता है ना गुस्सा आपको, तो गो फॉर डीप ब्रीदिंग. गो फॉर दोज वर्ड्स व्हिच यू हैव चूजन फॉर योरसेल्फ. रिमूव योरसेल्फ फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर सर्कमस्टेंस. चलो आगे चलते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज टीच देम व्हाट यू एक्सपेक्ट. उसी समय नहीं बोलेंगे, थोड़ी देर बाद बोलेंगे. मैंने बताया आपको, गो टेक द थिंग टू योर डाइनिंग टेबल. बेटा आप उस समय जो है आप गलत काम कर रहे थे. क्या मम्मा? कि बेटा आपको रेस्ट करने के लिए बोले एंड यू वर नॉट टेकिंग रेस्ट एंड यू स्टार्टेड डूइंग द होमवर्क. मैंने कॉन्सिक्वेंस बताया आपको, दैट इज अ नेचुरल कॉन्सिक्वेंस, बिकॉज यू विल बी मिसिंग आउट ऑन योर परफॉर्मेंस. You will not be able to perform properly. You will not be able to do the right thing, and then that way you might lose the marks. So teach them what they can do differently. 1 घंटा रेस्ट नहीं करना, go for half an hour. Come, we will talk. हाँ, that movie was Welcome. अभी याद आ गया मेरे को, यहाँ पे वर्ड लिखा है ना वेलकम, उसी से याद आ गया. Recognize their positive behavior. Tell them this is good that you are very keen to do your homework. But what if we talk about something? आज पता है बुआ जी आ रही हैं शाम को. मेरी तो बुआ है और आपकी तो ग्रैंड मॉम है, दामा है, दादी हैं. आप बताओ क्या करोगे उनके आने के बाद? What you will do? How will you welcome? मामा मैं उनको हेलो बोलूंगा. नहीं बेटा, गो फॉर राम राम करो ना. मैं तो आज भी करता हूँ. मैं अपने दामाद के यहाँ बैठा हूँ इस समय मुंबई में, क्योंकि दिल्ली में 7 डिग्री टेम्परेचर एंड आई लॉस्ट माय वेबिनार्स फॉर लास्ट since November. Most of you people might have paid in the month of November and you might be feeling कि ये क्या सर हमेशा postpone, but that was my health condition was so worse कि I lost nearly 4 kg and ultimately my daughter came to Delhi, Ghaziabad, my place. She took me and my wife together. Now for last 10 days we are here and this is my second webinar. What to do? We have to abide by the rules framed by consequence, rather face the consequence framed by my child. And now I'm feeling a little bit energetic and that's why I am in front of you. टाइम आउट के बारे में मैंने आपको पहले बताया था. नेक्स्ट वन इज, अभी देखिए लॉजिकल कॉन्सिक्वेंस भी मैंने आपको बता दिए थे. लॉजिकल कॉन्सिक्वेंस मींस tie the consequence to the misbehavior, and I am not for that. Say for example he keeps on jumping around, throwing the things. So what the consequence that I am going to park for a walk, but you are staying home with the nanny, with your grandmom. with your elder sister. This type of consequence, a logical consequence, वो मैंने बताया था. If you break or throw all your cookies or food, you will not be having anything to eat. Next one is pick your own battles. Pick up top 4 behaviors which are not acceptable to you. First one you must choose is organized. When you come back from school, keep the bag in the right place, shoes in the right place, dirty clothes in the washing machine, and everything. Keep your everything in place so that you pick your battles. Don't throw your food. Don't spill. Number 2. Number 3 is when you are having your meals, don't leave a grain in your plate. Number 4. मैं तो 6 करके चला था. कुछ लोग जब आप रेस्टोरेंट में जाते हैं, you might have observed that in the side table, आपके बराबर में एक टेबल है, over there they are eating. And at that time you stop. Let them finish their meals. Let them go and then we will start. उर्वी जी आपने बड़ा ऑब्जर्व किया है. Because the thing is that she is the one who is smiling. Even Dr. Sharma also is smiling a little bit. कुछ लोग हैं जब खाते हैं, ये तो आवाज मुंह से है, कुछ टकाटक 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 प्लेट की आवाज आती है, स्पून की आवाज आती है. नहीं होना चाहिए. Not acceptable. These are 6 behaviors which are important to me. Start from organized to meals. And then we add on to these ones. Next is set limits. Instead of telling what not to do, tell your child what to do. Tell your child what is the alternate available. I will be happy to take you to your friends if you finish your homework. If you organize each one of them or your properties or your belongings, we will go for a walk in the park, or you can go to play with your friends in the park in the evening with me by your side for 1 hour. Instead of half an hour, you can play 1 hour before sunset or before it gets dark. So don't give them directives in the negative consequences. Go for the positive ones also. Giving negatives don't work for a long time. So start giving them positive things. Next one is, अब ये आपके लिए है जो मैं पहले बता रहा था. Simple alternatives to lashing out at your child. Take a deep breath. उर्वी जी मैंने बताया था, उर्वी जी ने कोशिश भी करी थी. Hold and then leave. Close your eyes and imagine you are hearing what your child is about to hear. बच्चों को क्या चाहिए सुनने के लिए? Try hearing that thing. Try hearing those things which your child wants to hear. Next, press your lips tightly. जब आप काउंटिंग करते हैं ना, तो आपके दिमाग में एक चीज आएगी, no, counting won't work. So what you do is close your eyes, press your lips, and then count from 10 to 20, from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, or backwards also. You can go for the backward also, backward counting. Put your child on a timeout chair. छोटा है तो timeout chair will work. बड़ा है तो timeout zone. Right? So what we do is go for yourself also for a, मैंने बताया था अभी बोलने वाला था, लेकिन मैंने कहा सब कुछ पहले बता दूंगा तो आपको कैसे पता चलेगा. Go for उस सीक्वेंस से हटा लीजिए, वहां जो सर्कमस्टेंसेस है वहां से हटा लीजिए, काउंटिंग करिए, नहीं हो रहा है डीप ब्रीदिंग, कोई काम नहीं कर रहा है, तो यार फोन उठा के मैं अपने फ्रेंड को फोन कर लूं। उर्वी जी, आप भी उसी स्कूल से हैं जहां से ये हैं, मेघा जी हैं, निवेदिता मैम है, एक फोन कर लीजिए, क्लास से बाहर आ जाइए, थोड़ा सा रिलैक्स करिए। प्रिंसिपल अगर आपको पूछे कि मैम क्लास इज नॉट लिसनिंग टू मी, सो आई एम गिविंग देम अ टाइम आउट फॉर 2 मिनट्स। अच्छा, एक मैं बताऊं, मेरा एक वेबिनार है बैक टू स्कूल, दैट विल बी डन इन द मंथ ऑफ फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ मार्च। बहुत सारे आपने मॉनिटर्स बनाए होंगे, लेकिन मैं मॉनिटर्स नहीं बनवाता, मैं उनको ऑफिसर्स बना देता हूं, बना देता था व्हेन आई वाज प्रिंसिपल। क्वाइट ऑफिसर, लाइट ऑफिसर, वाटर ऑफिसर, वॉशरूम ऑफिसर, ब्लैक बोर्ड ऑफिसर। क्योंकि हर पेरेंट सुनना चाहता है कि जी दो चीजें लेके आपके पास आता है कि सर और मैम, मेरे बच्चे को एक तो जस्ट लेट हिम लर्न इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग, एंड नंबर टू इज मेक हिम ऑफिसर। तो मैं ऑफिसर नहीं बना सकता, बट आई कैन इम्ब्यू इन देम, आई कैन इनकलकेट इन देम ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटीज। सो मेक देम क्लास ऑफिसर, chalk officer, light officer, window and door officer, water officer, washroom officer, number of things, homework officer। यहीं पे है आपका फोन अ फ्रेंड। वहां पे तो नहीं कर सकते क्लास में, लेकिन यहाँ पे कर सकते हैं। If someone can watch the children go outside and take a walk, मैंने बताया आपको प्रिंसिपल में से, why you are out, कि सर I'm just on time out, 2 minutes sir only, okay no problem, but these consequences must be told to the principal also that this may happen. I may some time see some teacher standing out of the class, so I am taking time out. घर में है तो घर में जाइए, अपने वॉशरूम में जाइए एंड बाथरूम में जाइए, सिंक में जाइए, स्प्लैश योर फेस विद कोल्ड वाटर। और थोड़ा टाइम ज्यादा है, बच्चा बिल्कुल जिद कर पे आ गया है, तो गो फॉर अ हॉट वाटर बॉटल, वो बात। बेडरूम में जाइए, अपने सारा गुस्सा तकिए के ऊपर निकाल दीजिए, निकालेंगे ना 2-4 मिनट, एंड देन गो। म्यूजिक चला दीजिए अपने घर में, क्लास में नहीं चलाना। मोबाइल में आपने हेडफोन लगा लिया और म्यूजिक लगा दिया तो लफड़ा। एंड द लास्ट एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज, and this is very helpful, pick up some words which you may utilize. Cool down, speak good, speak well. Now अब ये वाला हमारा नेक्स्ट 10 to 15 minutes चलेगा, so more or less it will be more than a little bit hour. Eliminate temptations and no items like television, mobile, video equipments, jewelry, क्लीनिंग सप्लाईज। ये सारी चीजें आपको छोटे बच्चे के लिए, दिस इज आउट ऑफ हिज रीच। मेरे को भी एक थोड़ा सा टाइम आउट दीजिए, 30 सेकेंड्स। जब आपका छोटा बच्चा किसी डेंजरस चीज के ऊपर जा रहा है, हालांकि प्लग तो आजकल नीचे होते नहीं है, लेकिन अगर हैं, सो देयर इज फॉर अ सॉकेट देयर इज ए प्लास्टिक प्लग अवेलेबल इन द electrician or electrical shops. Try them. Say them no firmly, no, and don't laugh. Time out सबके लिए equally behave करता है, equally. एज अप्रोप्रिएट भी मैं बताऊंगा आपको। अब देखिए, इट इज नॉट, इट इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट नॉट टू स्पैंक, हिट और स्लैप द चाइल्ड इन एनी वे। इनके भी कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस मैंने आपको बता दीजिए। They will come to the conclusion that it is okay to shout, okay to even spank also. The elders can spank the little ones. So he will start doing the same thing with his little sister or brother. So this is totally out of their reach. Physical punishment is out because they, whatsoever the model, the action you model, they will watch it. So you have to be a role model. कैसे करना है? 0 to 2 years. बाकी सब में ये रिपीट होने वाला है. बाकी ये सब रिपीट होगा. देखिए, कॉन्सिक्वेंस और एक्शन दोनों के बीच में एक रिलेशन. फर्स्ट टाइम 3 साल का बच्चा है, इफ ही स्टार्ट्स डेकोरेटिंग योर लिविंग रूम वॉल्स, द पुटिंग ऑफ द क्रेयंस फॉर 30 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes is okay. Consequence क्या होगा? Clean that wall yourself, or you may not be able to use the crayons for rest of the day. And if it is done again, issue a reminder and issue a paper also. You can do that also. 0 to 2 की बात हो रही है. Then 3 to 5, यहां पर थोड़े से consequences ज्यादा आ जाते हैं. 3 to 5 के साथ हमारे और consequences क्या आ सकते हैं? Like, I ignore a set of bad precedents. Consistency is the key, but follow-up also is important, and then reward good behavior. The more attention we give to a behavior, the more likely it is to continue. Negative behavior को attend करेंगे, negative will increase. Go for the positive one, go for the rewarding the positive behavior, it will increase. This is for age 3 to 5. Then next one is, I'm just coming. Next one is टाइम आउट. इसके बारे में अब हमारे पास ये ज्यादा आते चले जाएंगे. It can't, time out can work, but as per age. 1 minute for 1 year of age is quite sufficient. So he is 5 years, 5 minutes time out. 3 years, 3 years. And during those timeouts, give them the instruction. So instead of going for, give them a quiet corner or timeout zone, give them कि बेटा next time you do, it will be doubled. 5 की जगह 10 minutes हो जाएगा आपका. And then when you have to go for the quietness, put a finger on your lips also and ask him to repeat it. So he will also do the same thing. Consider the length, clear and direct demands. Then next is follow through. It is very crucial. मैंने पहले बताया था आपको. And it is follow through which is important. Not to make unrealistic threats which you will not be able to follow. Huge punishments. If you ground your child for a month, the child may not feel motivated. But for short duration, they will feel motivated कि next time I should not repeat it. हमारे टाइम में तो अभी वो corporal punishment में count होता है. In our times, it was 10 times write this sentence, write this sentence. Next one is 9 to 12. No, 6 to 8 years. हाँ, ये 6 to 8 years हो गया. Next is 9 to 12 years. Same thing is being repeated over here. I will be giving you only 30 minutes out of it. They can be disciplined with the natural consequence, जैसे मैंने पहले बताया. If it doesn't work, अगर बेड टाइम से पहले आपको होमवर्क नहीं मिला, it will give bad impression to your subject teacher. It will give you the bad grades, bad marks, bad remarks. And if you keep on repeating the same behavior, not doing your homework for a number of times, even I may be called to the office. And if I am called to the office, I will certainly go. And the teacher will talk to me in your presence. जो बैक टू स्कूल है उसमें वहां पर मैंने ये डिस्कस कर रखे हैं कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस के, वहां पर 7 स्टेप्स ऑफ कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस फॉर ईच टाइप ऑफ बिहेवियर, 7 स्टेप्स, रूल बुक भी बनाई और वो भी दिया. नेक्स्ट इज that behaving improperly, which means you have to go for improving. Natural for parents to, मैंने बताया आपको, you are not over there for punishing, you are over, you have to work as an ambassador, you have to work as an ambassador. जो वो 3 चीजें हैं, communication with respect, then your behavior, and then the third one is put your foot down, follow up exactly the same way which you say. अगर आपको मोबाइल यूज करना है, so do this thing, put your plate into the kitchen in the sink, have your hand wash with the soap, come sit for 4-5 minutes. अगर 9 का है, so this 9 minutes is time out. During this you perform this action, put your meals plate in the wash basin, go for the hand wash, and then rest of the time sit quietly with me. तो बेटा देखो, नेक्स्ट टाइम इट विल बी डबल्ड. अब आप चाहते हो 20 मिनट के लिए यही काम करना, certainly nobody, but reward him also if he does. अगर वो बच्चा, ये आदत बन जाती है अपने आप, ऑटोमेटिकली दिस विल बी. तानिया आओ. Now for 13 and up, you see, by the age that the child is in class 8th, 13 years, इसकी तैयारी रखो, वो आने वाले होंगे. 35 हो गया, 42 हो गया, ठीक है ना. By now you have laid the groundwork and they have learned a number of ways to behave. लेकिन अभी भी अगर नहीं होता है तो टाइम आउट के बारे में रूल्स बना दीजिए. कर्फ्यू है, विजिट टू द फ्रेंड्स है, होमवर्क के बारे में, डेटिंग के बारे में. जब बच्चा हो जाता है तो आपको पता है कि हर एक की गर्लफ्रेंड, गर्ल बॉय, वो बॉयफ्रेंड होते ही हैं. डेटिंग, स्टॉप इट. गोइंग टू पार्क, इवन मोबाइल भी. रेस्ट ऑफ द टाइम यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू गो फॉर द मोबाइल. सो योर teen will complain from time, mama this is bad. Yes, I know this is bad, beta, but you have behaved that way because this consequence I have set. I have told you the rule exists and you also knew this rule is existing, so you should have behaved properly. You should have behaved properly. So why do you misunderstood me? So there will be no misunderstanding. But the thing is that again, रिपीट करने के बाद नेक्स्ट टाइम उसके उसी बिहेवियर को स्पेसिफिकली ऑब्जर्व करिए एंड ग्रांट देम. अभी खाने के बाद, खाने के टाइम में, मील्स के टाइम में, नो कम्युनिकेशन ऑन मोबाइल, नो टेलीविजन. मील्स आप लोगों में से कितने करते हैं पूरी फैमिली टुगेदर? एट दैट टाइम नो न्यूज़पेपर, नो मोबाइल, नो टेलीविजन, नो, जस्ट ओनली वेरी इनफॉर्मल टॉकिंग. रोटी तो आज अच्छी बनी है उर्वी जी. दशरथ जी बोलेंगे अपनी धर्मपत्नी को, आज तो दाल का छौंक बहुत बढ़िया लगा है, चलो आइसक्रीम खाने चलेंगे इसके बाद. बेटे से भी हाथ के आती डाइनिंग टेबल पे, क्यों भैया चलना है बेटा? यस डैडी, आइसक्रीम, चौकोबार, लेट्स गो लेट्स गो. वो रिवॉर्डिंग भी होना चाहिए. Next one is again 13 and up. See the best plan which can work. अगर बच्चा से 18, 19, 20 साल का है, 21 साल का हो गया, यंग एज हो गया, टीन एज हो गया, या एडोलसेंट हो गया, या यंग हो गया, टेकिंग कार अवे फॉर अ वीक इज नो बैड. बट उसके इम्प्लीकेशंस भी यूज करिए कि कर्फ्यू के बाद, अगर आपको कर्फ्यू बाहर वाला नहीं, सरकारी कर्फ्यू नहीं, जो कर्फ्यू मैंने आपको दिया है, टाइम आउट, उस कर्फ्यू को अगर आपने अवॉइड करना है तो गिव देम सम कंट्रोल. पावर स्ट्रगल नहीं होनी चाहिए कि जो मैंने कहा स्ट्रिक्टली आपको फॉलो करना. नो, गिव देम सम टाइम. पावर स्ट्रगल नहीं होना चाहिए, so that they also respect your decision. You also give them some freedom and respect that. डैडी मैं अतुल के यहाँ जा रहा हूँ, इट मे टेक, बेटा मोबाइल आपके पास है, गिव देम व्हाट्सएप मैसेज, गिव मी व्हाट्सएप मैसेज बाय व्हाट टाइम. अब मेरे दामाद जी ने, उनको पता है कि आज मेरा वेबिनार है, 7:45 तक 15 minutes to 8 he generally comes in the afternoon shift. He is in International Airport Authority, second shift, afternoon shift में है, but he knew that today is my webinar. It may take a little bit long, तो he took. I requested him कि बेटा अगर आप 15 मिनट लेट आ जाएं तो नहीं डैडी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मैं ऑफिस में कैरम खेल लूंगा. डी स्ट्रेसर वहां पे एक कैरम रखा हुआ है, चेस बोर्ड भी रखा हुआ है, चाइनीज चेकर भी है. स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट का वेबिनार है मेरा, उसमें ये सारी चीजें डिस्कस करी है, तो वहां पे भी है. नाउ ही विल कम एट 8 o'clock. उन्होंने व्हाट्सएप कर दिया, 8 o'clock ही विल बी बैक. सो फोकस ऑन टीम, गिव हिम रेस्पेक्ट. डैडी 15 मिनट और, नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा, बट डू कम बाय 8 o'clock. ओके डैड, थैंक यू, बाय बाय एंड टेक केयर. नाउ द थिंग इज दैट कि this my webinar is over at this particular point. Now I will be stopping sharing, and at this point you can unmute yourself and put on your videos. There are 30 people out of 52. Just start your video and discuss if you have got anything more to discuss with me at this particular point during for this. अगर आपको कुछ और भी डिस्कस करना हो तो then you can discuss it with me on my personal number. Each one of you have got my personal number. You can put on your problem over there. श्वेता जी, good evening. अच्छा, आप तो पहले आ गए थे. You can tell me problem कि सर ये भी किया, वो भी किया, वो भी किया, वो भी किया. मेरे when I was a teacher, I am a man of chemistry. At that time, my principal, जब मेरे को एज ए टीचर आई यूज टू वर्क, ये भी किया, ये भी किया, ये भी किया सर, कि सर आप सुधरना ही नहीं चाहते तो मैं क्या करूं. You try a particular practice for a longer period, once, twice, thrice, 5 times. Try to control your anger once, twice, thrice, 5 times, 10 times. Try, try, try. Try until you succeed. So this is almost 1 hour that we have continued. I will stop it over here. If anybody of you have got any question, you can unmute yourself and you can ask it here now. May I request everybody to mark your presence by writing P in the chat box. However, I can see only 18. There are 30 people at present. Now they have gone 20. Mark P in the chat box from where I will see your P and issue the certificate. मैंने ग्रुप में लिख दिया था कि it will be issued only to the parents, participants who attend them physically. Some of you people are there. ऐसे कुछ बात नहीं है, कोविड में आपके साथ भी हुआ और आप भी वो कर रहे हैं या कर सकते हैं. What the children used to do is put on their video and out of your sight, go. करते थे. Enjoy. मैडम ने तो वहां पे देखा मेरा नाम, मेरे को ऑनलाइन देखा. अब ये नहीं पता है कि by missing out these webinars, how much you are missing about learning new things, number one. And by God's grace, if you move up in your career, you become vice principal or principal. I became director also. And then national head training and administration. Due to these type of learnings. उस समय webinar workshop नहीं होते थे. उस समय हमारे seniors होते थे, वो हमें बताते थे, शर्मा यार तू बहुत चिल्लाता है क्लास में, जरा ये ट्राई कर, पंखे बंद कर दे. मैंने कहा सर पंखे में तो बच्चे पसीने में मर जाएंगे. यस, गिव देम कॉन्सिक्वेंस. आप बात करो, हल्ला करो, एंड नो फैंस. बारिश के मौसम में खूब बादल होते थे, अंधेरा हो जाते थे, पुट ऑफ लाइट. सर उसमें तो और शोर होगा, तो होने दो. लेकिन जो 4-5 बच्चे पढ़ने वाले हैं ना, वो पीयर प्रेशर जो बनाएंगे, दैट विल वर्क. So number of things, all I have applied in my real teaching life, seen there working, उन्हीं से webinar बनाया है ये, putting up to you. If you nobody has got anything, I will put it off over here because 29 marks are their presence out of 30. One I am out of, keeping me out, 29 are there. So everybody has marked presence. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a nice dinner and a sound sleep. श्वेता जी, खर्राटे वाली नींद आनी चाहिए आज तो. ये सारी चीजें दिमाग में घूमेंगी आपके रात में. Bye and have a nice day.
Yes, bye bye.
This thing happens. Right? All right, I'll stop sharing and waiting for your responses in my personal window. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Bye.